Hi all, so welcome back. Had an emergency job, went out, had a look at things, and I've compiled this video, so stay tuned, enjoy, and have a look at what went on this. I'll give you some talk as we are watching as to the treatments that I was using, the diagnosis, and what was going on as it's playing along. Enjoy. Please like the video, and if you've not already, please subscribe to the channel. Take care, and I hope to see you all soon. So on arrival, I could clearly see the koi in question with concerns. It was lying on the bottom of the pond, sort of lopsided, and the owner said it had not been eating for quite a while, so with it being off its food and not moving, on closer inspection we could see that it got something called sepsis. However, before we got to that stage, I took 3 fish for mucus samples with my microscope to have a check what was going on. The third and final fish, of course, being the one with the concerns that was to then remain bold and to have subsequent follow-up treatment, as you'll see as the video plays on. On inspection of this fish close up, it was clear to see it got an infection, which is sepsis. It's got red inflammation over all of its fins and the bleeding at the ends, and you can also see the redness all along the top of its body, so it's quite severe as well at this stage, and kind of touch and go whether this fish is going to sort of survive and pull through or not. Anyway, with that in mind, and the owner aware that it's kind of a touch and go, we looked at a treatment plan involving a quick PP bath, which is potassium permanganate bath, to strip it of the mucus, which is quite a lot, and then to anaesthetise the fish, and whilst under, to eradicate some of this infection in all of its fins using hydrogen peroxide to sort of stop that dead. However, for the internal infection in its body, with it being sepsis, I did advise the owner that its best chance of survival would be to quarantine this into a saltwater solution at a strong salinity level of 0.8 to 0.9%. A lot of mucus on it. Really a lot of mucus on it. Wow. It's what's called a potassium permanganate bath. Okay, I'm going to leave the net on top. I'm just going to let him have a bath for 10 minutes. excellent. Oh, excellent. There we go. Completely under. Lovely. Okay, from this stage, let's take him straight over to surgery. Beautiful. And let's get his eyes covered immediately. Oh, it's a bit of redness there and hemorrhage down the fin. Quite a bit of redness in the dorsal as well. Quite a bit of redness in the anal as well. Okay, let's have a look further up. Pectoral fins aren't looking too bad, there's nothing in the base. Okay, the caudal fins as well. Okay, right then. I think we're going to start with some hydrogen peroxide on the tail and we'll work our way up the fish. Okay, so. Apologies for the owner's dog there. As I was saying, using hydrogen peroxide here, I shall start at the very tip of the fin where it is bleeding to cauterise, and I shall then spread it all over the remainder of the fin. As you'll see here, I'm using 2 cotton buds doubled up. As you can see there, just starting, paying attention at the worst point, and then just spreading it all over the fin. It will foam up a little bit, and you'll see it sort of go white once that's been spread all over. And you can also see just in front of my knee there, I've got my cotton pad, a couple of those on hand and ready, so that I can wipe off all of this hydrogen peroxide that I'm currently applying with the cotton buds. As soon as it's had about 5 to 10 seconds, it will completely cauterise and therefore nullify any present infection dead. You could use a paper towel to just sort of soak up a little bit of this hydrogen peroxide and wipe it on for more speed. Again, just allow that to foam up briefly for a few seconds and then wipe off immediately with a dry paper towel, or as I'm using, a cotton pad. I'm doing both the dorsal fin and tail fin at the same time here, and then you'll see that I'll quickly wipe off the tail fin first, followed by the dorsal, and then spray both seal with some propolis. Once I've completed all of this side, it'll then be a case of carefully turning the fish over, covering its face up again immediately, and then repeating the same on the other side. Just whilst you're watching the rest of this treatment, I'll just mention that all of these products are available from any good koi retailer. From the Colombo range, I use the Propolis Spray today, which is an excellent product. It's great for sealing injury sites such as ulcerations. You can use this product actually if you can net a fish and just quickly handle it firmly, carefully, lift it out of the water, quick spray, splash, back into the pond. It's that quick to use, so really good one to have in your first aid kit. As well as the Propolis Spray, I've used from the Kasuri range of products the Sedate that they do, which I've used to anaesthetise this fish today. Kasuri are a quality manufacturer of some really good medications. They also do the aquaflavin and the aquaflavin and malachite green mix, as well as selling the potassium permanganate in the powder, sort of very fine crystal form. From the NT Labs range of products today, I've used the liquid permanganate solution that they manufacture, and I use that I think it's good for dips. As you've seen, I've used the PP dip today as part of this treatment plan for this fish. But other to that, there is the potassium permanganate crystals available, which I also stock when I'm doing whole pond treatments via Kasuri. Follow the directions on the packet always. Just a little tip for the potassium there, you need a large bucket. Ideally, so that you can mix it in a large amount of pond water with an air stone. I'd leave that for half an hour, and then I would gradually introduce you using something like a watering can to spray it over the whole surface of the pond. And as I say, do it gradually so as to not cause any shock or unnecessary stress for your fish. Other products that you'll find available are Tamidine. That is an iodine-based product, really useful for treating injury with sort of bad or angry infection sites. You can tell by the redness of how angry an infection might be. If it's starting to go white in the middle, it means that it's possibly starting to heal by the coy's own immune system and its ability to be able to fight certain things. You'll find that if it's red around the edges of an ulceration or injury site, then the infection is tracking, so that it will just get larger, and it's probably best then to use hydrogen peroxide, like I've done today with a cotton bud, just around the edges of, say, an ulceration site. Let it white foam up just to nullify that infection dead, wipe it off, treat with iodine powder, and then you could use Propolis Spray, or you could use the Kasuri top coat sealer, for example, which is a wound and ulcer sealer. Again, another really good product. When you smell that, it's I don't know if anybody can remember the old Friar's Balsam, but certainly, yeah, it's a very familiar smell. But top coat sealer, another quality product by Kasuri. And I would recommend that you keep a first aid kit where you've got products such as Sedate, Propolis Spray, or Kasuri top coat sealer, or some adhesive powder. Tamidine is a great one to have on hand, and you've just got these readily available. I would say they've got shelf lives, most products of up to 2 years, so it's worth having these, as I say, readily on hand if ever you need them, and not having to sort of wait from one weekend to the next to pop out to your local retailer and go and purchase a load of products if you've come across an issue. It's best to treat without just blind rushing into things, but with proper diagnosis, following proper steps. Certainly it's best to treat as soon as possible. Quick intervention is key, as with any medical practice, really. So, with the treatment all concluded for this fish today, that's all the fins, both sides, treated with hydrogen peroxide and wiped off once we nullified that infection, all sprayed up with Propolis, again both sides, to completely seal it, carefully lifting it using the wet towel into the recovery vat or hospital tank that I'd set up. And as soon as that's sort of had a chance to come back round, you can tell by the gill movement and the fact that it stabilises itself with its fins outstretched, that it's come round. It can be lifted into the pond, and this made a pretty quick recovery. Before I'd left, the owner was asking, shall we chuck some food in? So all good, and fingers crossed it stays that way. It is sepsis, touch and go, and I'll hopefully give you an update how it went in the next video. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.